Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to the last part of chapter 3. So, inshallah, we are going to discuss about random function, okay, as well as some input output IO operation, all right, creating a file, reading a file, things like this. Okay, a random function basically generates a random number depending on what is the criteria for the random number that you need. Okay, so it's a data type. All right, random. You can create a random data type. So random equals to new random. So this RND here will be of random data type, and you can do RND dot next 10. Then it will generate a random number between 0 to 9. Okay, so it will be whatever uh, the number that we put here minus 1. Okay, and then if you will write next 10, again it will take another random number, and then next 10 another random number will be picked. Okay, you can also put a limit. All right, let's say you want between 50 to 99, then you can do next 50 99. So it will always come out with a number that is between 50 to 99. You can also select the different precision. So you say you want rnd dot next double, then it will come out with double instead of an integer. So previously you have an integer here. Okay, you can read more about random if you want to know what are some of the different um, uh, functions that is available under the random data type. Okay, we can also do read text file. Okay, we can read and write. Actually, we can do both the operation. All right. Of course, we need to first declare using system.io. Okay, so in your Visual Studio, uh, the top here, you need to include using system.io if you want to carry out some input output operation. Of course, in here it is noted in gray color because I haven't used any function that use this IO namespace yet. Okay, so if you want, you can read from text file. Okay, you can read from text file system.io.file.read. Sorry, excuse me. Read all text. Okay, and you can give the location of the text file. Let's say it is in your desktop, then you can do c/user/desktop, wherever the location of the text file is. Why do we have an alias here? Okay, in C sharp, alias means whatever in this double quotes, treat it as a single string. Okay, if not, you need to use an escape character when using a certain character. Okay, for example, this backslash, without this a means literal. Take this literally. So whatever I type between the quotes, this is a single string. Okay, if I don't have an alias here, I need to put double quote instead of sorry, double backslash instead of a single one to escape the character. Okay, we'll discuss about this maybe later as well. All right. We can read only we can read and put it into lines. We can read a text file and put each line into one element of an array. We can do that as well. See, I'm declaring an array. Lines is basically a 1D array, and then I use system.io.file.read all lines instead of read all text. Read all text will put all the text inside your text file into a single variable, right? If you want to read line by line, then we can do read all lines. Okay, This is for reading a text file. We can also write uh, text file right into text. So, for example, if I have an array, right, an array which contains this string, first line, second line, third line, we can use the function io.file.write, sorry, io.file.write all lines to write the array into a text file. Okay, so this is basically the inverse of what we were doing previously. So now we are writing the array here into a text file. Then you can open the text file in Notepad or any other text editor, and you can see that you will have three lines. One is first line, second line, and third line in your text file. Okay. Or you can write just a string, a whole bunch of string, not by line, by using write all text. So you see here, you have a function that corresponds to the read one. Read, for read, you have read all text and read all lines. For write, you have write all lines and write all text. Okay, depending on how you want to write this. Okay, you can use a using statement. The advantage of using, right? Using. Okay. The advantage of utilizing the using statement is that it will open the file for you and close it. You don't need to explicitly call close, so your data will not be corrupted. Okay, so what you can use stream writer if you want to append a new text to an existing file. So if you do write all text, what it will do is it will overwrite the content. Okay, you can use stream writer, okay, to actually append some text into an existing file, right? So you see, let's say if I have an existing file here, write lines 2.txt, and I want to append this. I want to append the fourth line. All right. I want to do that, then I use io.streamwriter. Okay, by using the using statement, and then new system.io streamwriter, open the file, and through here we want to say that we are actually appending the value. Okay, file.writeLine fourth line, so the fourth line will be just appended into the content of the text file. If we use write all text, this will actually overwrite it. Okay, so we use stream writer append. All right, and of course you can have many other IO operations as well, right? File input output operation. You can read all byte, you can write bytes, you can delete file, you can create a folder, you can move a folder, you can retrieve the file name from a specific directory of your computer. So actually you can create many input output operations using C#. Of course, later when it comes to your coding requirement, you can look up on this and find what is the suitable function to do input output manipulation. Okay, well, what we discuss here, what is shown here, is basically a little bit of what C# is capable of doing. So inshallah, that basically concludes our chapter 3. So this is a very long chapter. You see 8 slides actually, and we are basically discussing about primitive data type. So if you remember, we discussed about struct, class, functions, how the function is passed, how the return type is. We did some hands-on Visual Studio as well. Create a new project, both the GUI and the console version of this. So basically, this chapter is a huge chapter that gives the basic of everything, data types, compiling, and also functions. It will give you a solid idea on the basic of C sharp. So inshallah, in our next series, we will discuss the slide from week 4, in which in chapter 4 we are going to discuss the object oriented software, object oriented programming, or OOP fundamentals. Okay, the OOP concept, we will discuss it more in chapter 4. Okay, from the fundamentals, interfaces, generics, and things like this. I'll show it mostly on Visual Studio, I think, for chapter 4. So inshallah, for this week, these few lecture videos should get you busy enough. So on Wednesday, um, we will not have an online class for this week, because the materials that I've shared in the recorded lectures, I think, is already enough for you to do some tests as well, and experiment by yourself. So inshallah, in our next online lecture, I think some of you said that we should have a WhatsApp group for the announcement as well. So I'll try to make that happen. So next week, inshallah, we can meet online and we can do some maybe tutorial and discussion, inshallah. So see you. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for listening.